A long, long time ago, in the land of Israel, there was a big problem. The Israelites were at war with their enemies, the Philistines. On one hill stood the army of Israel. On the other hill stood the army of the Philistines. Between them was a valley. But the Philistines had a secret weapon. His name was Goliath. Now imagine the tallest man you've ever seen. Goliath was even taller. He was about 9 feet tall as two men standing on top of each other. He wore heavy armor, carried a big shiny spear, and his shield was so big, another man had to carry it for him. Every day, Goliath shouted, "Who will fight me? If I win, you will be our slaves. But if you win, we will serve you." But the Israelites were afraid. Nobody wanted to fight him. For 40 days, Goliath teased and scared them. Far away, there lived a young shepherd boy named David. He was the youngest of 8 brothers. David wasn't a soldier. He spent his days taking care of sheep, playing his harp, and writing songs to God. One day, David's father sent him to bring food to his brothers in the army. When David arrived, he heard Goliath shouting. David looked around. All the soldiers were hiding. But David said, "Who is this man who dares to speak against the army of the living God? I will fight him." The soldiers laughed. You're just a boy." But David believed in God. David was taken to King Saul. Saul looked at him and said, "You are too young. Goliath has been a warrior since he was a boy." But David replied, "When lions or bears came to attack my sheep, I fought them, and God saved me. The same God will help me fight Goliath." Saul was amazed. He gave David his armor, but it was too heavy. David could barely walk, so he removed it and said, "I don't need armor. God is my protection." David picked up his shepherd's sling and went down to the stream. He chose 5 smooth stones and put them in his pouch. With his sling in hand, David walked out to face Goliath. Goliath laughed when he saw David. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? Come here, boy, and I will feed you to the birds." But David shouted back, "You come with sword and spear, but I come in the name of the Lord Almighty. Today God will give me victory." David ran quickly toward Goliath. He took out a stone, placed it in his sling, and spun it around his head, faster and faster. Whoosh! The stone flew through the air and hit Goliath right in the forehead. Bam! Goliath fell to the ground. Thud. The giant was defeated. The Philistines ran away in fear, and the Israelites shouted with joy. David became a hero that day, not because he was the strongest or the biggest, but because he trusted God. And the lesson is this: no matter how small you are, no matter how big the problem, with God's help, you can win any battle. That's the story of David and Goliath.